Laughing so good for the soul. Share a moment with a complete stranger or somebody you know. Don't care if you're young or you're old. Sit down and tune into the best show. Lee bringing all the flavor. Interviews getting greater and greater. With a nostalgic feel. You know she got the mass appeal. Word up.
I think it's sometimes it can be delusions. Other times it's like sheer unmitigated belief. Like, because if you don't have that in yourself, this, and I'm on the most basic level of this game, but I know like if you don't believe in yourself, you will crumble.
Yes.
Like this, it could eat you alive. Like the
Yes.
smallest thing. I don't know if this happens to you. The entire audience is cracking up. There's one person, and they're always in the center for some reason, and they are like this. They
Yeah.
have not cracked a smile. They have not laughed. It's like they're like, I'm waiting for you to say something funny, and you ignore all of these hundreds of people laughing
Yeah.
and see this one person. And for me, I'd be like, why? I was not funny tonight. Why didn't they laugh? And like that's what I mean. Like you got to believe beyond this.
Yeah,
You don't know. Yeah.
last night that guy's name was Jared, and I told him he had a shitty face, and I asked him to cover it, and he put a scarf around his face, and then he came up to me after the show, and he was great, and I said, "Do you want to be a comic?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I can tell,"
Wow.
because I was watching him watch the show, and he was just, because he thought he could be funnier.
That's always the case. I said, I feel like comedians and doctors are probably the most disrespected professions.
Yeah,
With especially with the advent of social media, because the comedian has become, it's a different definition of a comedian now, right?
right. Everybody is.
And then with the advent of WebMD and just holistic practices, like, and I'm definitely for like,
And we both want we always want doctors to diagnose us on the street, and we always like
comedians
look
make
at
me
this.
laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just
so-
instant type thing versus like people who truly like are trained professionals, whether they are in Eastern medicine or Western medicine. Everybody's like, oh, I got something for that. Ginger ale, here you go. And it's just like, no, this is somebody's real job.
right.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Like this, last week, a woman at the Laugh Factory literally kept screaming out every time I brought a comic up, you better make me laugh. You better be funny.
Well, they're paying so much.
Man.
To drink.
Man. And I
But
believe she
yeah.
had a comp ticket. So, so I was just like,
Yeah, you don't get a comp ticket. You can't be acting like that. With a comp
yeah, like, but you're not the only person in the audience.
Right.
Like, how dare you feel like you are so special and important that this person has to make you laugh specifically? Like, they don't know you. You don't know the life they live, the walk they have, what's funny to them. But you like, and kept screaming it out. You better make me laugh. Long story short, she got banned from the Laugh Factory because she was so disruptive.
Yeah. Oh my god.
She was like, that's not right. Imagine me coming to a comedy club laughing and y'all penalize me because I just happened to laugh loud. I was like, you didn't hear all the statements you made?
Right. Oh yeah, that's crazy. You know what? I did go to a show recently, just as a ticket holder, a comedy show, just to kind of see what that was like at Rosemont Zanies, which I could have gotten in for free, but I just bought the ticket, went, and I realized like I went with a friend of mine. We went out for, she drank. I don't drink, but she got a drink, and we went out for like apps before. Went to the show, parking, and it was like $200 or like $150 by the end of the night. And people get babysitters, and it made me feel like, okay, that's about being professional again. Like that was like another lesson that I learned. Like, okay, with the Cat Williams, like this is valuable. This is like, and then I learned it was a gift, and not like a Scrooge. But then I learned that's my exit interview.
Oh no,
no. And then I learned that like to appreciate the audience, although we get those people that heckle, that have the shitty face, that are judgy, whatever, they feel like they should be doing it. They're the funny one and their friends or whatever. I think to respect the audience's decision for getting up, getting dressed, leaving their house, buying the ticket, paying for the sitter, driving out here, waiting outside in this club at this club, waiting outside for 40 minutes in the cold, and respecting their time and their money, and liking them from the start because they chose to support what we love. So we already have something in common, because it's like, well, you like comedy and I like comedy, so we already have something in common. And I dressed up to get here, you dressed up to get here. We both had to find parking, whatever it is, finding the common ground, instead of, because up until now I've always looked at it like me versus them, and it's very much like a fight in some ways. And I think it's better to have a healthy respect for them. Not to the point where you don't want to give them the power, but it's just like a respect, a mutual. Hopefully it'll be mutual.
I can appreciate that. I don't know if I've ever looked at it in its totality like that.
Yeah.
Because
it took me a long time.
But then to even put yourself in their shoes and go as an audience member, right? Like, I can really appreciate that, because for a long time, it helps
not getting up there and being like, in your jeans, is like, what else? Yeah. It's like, these fucking people are like, dude, I'm dropping like $100. This is my night out.
Yeah,
what the fuck do you have to say?
Please,
something. Yeah,
please and thank you. Yeah, because for a long time I just used to be like, you came to a comedy club to laugh. Now it's different when you're doing comedy in a place where comedy shouldn't be done.
Yes.
Like, and you screaming against, right. Sports bar, TVs, and
or slot machines.
Yes, yeah. Or a DJ that's there and they want to party. Like, that's different, and you really like. I feel like I'm still trying to master those spaces, and earn you, because
sometimes they're not masterable,
and I'm learning that too. Yeah.
You know what? Recently I did. You know what? I started out doing rooms like that, and I did that for like a decade. I would do rooms like that where you have to shout down all sorts of things, and I just left a room like that that had slot machines and the TVs and music and all this. And I went up, and I said to the producer, who I've known a long time, I just said, I can't do this. I got to go. And I left. Wow. And you know what? I felt like, when I got in the car, I was like, that feels like loving myself.
Yeah.
Because doing that, like, we all have to do that for a certain amount of time just to have that skill, earn that stripe or whatever. But it's like, at some point, you have to be like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm too good for this.
Yes.
My time is too good for this.
Yes.
My life is. I don't need to subject myself to this
1,000%
sort of nonsense. It's
wanting to walk away feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no way to win in that situation.
Yeah. No, the
only way to win is to walk away.
Yeah. Or literally be your most vulgar, crass self. Can you hear my stomach?
No.
Okay, because it is rumbling.
So
and I'm like, I hope the mic can't pick it up. But I just kind of just told everybody too. So, oh well.
My back's sweating. It's hot in here.
But yeah, I really appreciate looking at it.
Couch. Sinking in. I'm going to leave a mark. It's going to be wet when I get up.
Kristen was here.
Yeah, sign it.
But no, I was going to say, I really appreciate looking at it from the audience perspective. And I think that would be a great nugget for me moving forward. Like, versus the us versus them. But like, we're in this together. Yes. Like, you want a good night. I want to perform well. Like, let's do it, But it does become the challenge, especially when it's the comedian or the wannabe comedian in the office. Like, I mean, in the office. Or, yes, because they be in their office. They're in the home. And it's like, and I don't know if you experience this too, but when people find out you do comedy, that's when they want to show you how funny they are.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no.